Hey, I'm Marco.
And I'm Jenna. And
this is Live and Learn. Okay, so today we're going to talk a little bit about our recent car buying experience. Ended up not being exactly what we hoped for.
Yeah. It started out great. I felt like we were prepared. I feel like buying a new car can be kind of a scary thing and a lot of people get screwed over. And so, I don't know, going forward, I felt like we were prepared and like making good decisions. And so I don't think it was anything along that part. It was just the car itself. But
Yeah, we thought we had a pretty good deal. Ended up not being the case very much. So the current car that I have now, I love it. To me, it's fantastic. It's not perfect. Does what it needs to do. I love it. But it is getting a little older. I started looking for other cars a few months ago. Car market, and it's getting a little bit better. So I thought, yeah, it might not be, definitely not the best time, but I thought, it's better than it's been the last couple of years, so it might not be a bad idea to get another one.
yeah.
Found one, which I thought was pretty nice. It was a Grand Cherokee, and I thought it was really nice. I looked at the pictures, and I saw it was close. It was about 10 minutes from where I work. So I thought, oh, this is cool. That could be fun to check out. And so one day after work, I just went and checked it out. And it was a nice car. It wasn't until, and I even drove it. And on the drive, a couple things felt off, but I thought, I could probably fix it. It's probably fine.
Well, and it's funny you say that because we went a few days later, so I test drove it, and I noticed different things wrong with it. And to me, anything that feels off is like a big deal. So to me, like the fact that what did it do? Anytime you turned, it skipped. It felt like, and I was like, the wheels was gonna come off, and so I just felt like it was a big deal. But Mark was like, no, it's.
I did have some concerns, but I don't know that I would call them red flags, but there were definitely things that I noticed, but just kind of overlooked, hoping that it would be fine or I could probably fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up buying the car.
Mm-hmm.
And going into it, I knew it wasn't perfect. There was going to be a little bit of work. But again, I guess I was just too optimistic with the problems that it had. And so I said, you know what? Whatever. Let's do it. Let's get a new car.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did. On the drive home after buying it, first thing, what do you think happened? Check engine light. So I went ahead and got the car scanned and saw I was seeing a misfire. So still, at that point, I thought, all right, I'm sure we can deal with this. It won't be a big deal. So we get into it. First thing I do, check spark plugs. They're old. Swap them out. I think, okay, this is it. Does nothing. Okay. Then I switch the ignition coils around. I think, okay, let's try it. Nothing.
And we tested them and knew that they didn't need replacing.
Mm-hmm.
As well as what was the next one?
Fuel injectors.
The fuel injectors also tested fine. So just did a switch around and did not fix the issue. So.
Did nothing. Eventually, I got down into it. I ended up having to do a compression test. Saw cylinder 5 that was misfiring had lower compression than the rest of them. Went ahead and did a wet compression test, during which the compression improved, which led me to my diagnosis of bad piston rings.
Which is such a big deal. Well, it's not. It's a big deal, but it's a big fix. And I'm over here just helping you and being like, okay, cool, here's a socket wrench, and I don't know. Marco's the one, we didn't even specify at any point since we've started these, but your major is automotive engineering. He's literally certified and fixing things, or about to be, and So it's not like we're just digging into whatever we don't know. We know what we're doing in this one. And by this point, we'd had the car over a week. I don't know why you just didn't take it back right away, but it's okay. But we had the car over a week when we got to the point where we realized it's going to be the piston rings. And so then that's when we're like, well, maybe we need a second opinion.
So I went ahead and found a local mechanic, took it to him, finally got the car after some time. The guy was pretty busy. Mm-hmm. Same thing. He confirmed my diagnosis, said it was the exact same thing. So at this point, I thought, well, we're screwed.
Well, then at some point you did call the dealership back. You called the lady, and she was very nice. She was just very nonchalant about the whole thing. And I don't know if that's a green flag or a red flag. She wasn't pushy, so I took that as a green flag. Where she's like, yeah, let me know. Like, you've got dibs, everything. And so at some point you did talk to her, and she's like, yeah, get a second opinion, and maybe we can help out with the cost of the fix or something like that. And so, but the longer, because it took another week after we took it to the second mechanic to get that confirmation back, plus a list of other issues that he's noticed, because we'd only been focused on the engine, and so he noticed a number of other things when we asked him to do like a whole inspection on it. And so the longer it sat at the other mechanic, the more we just kind of rationally were able to see about getting our other car back. That whole process.
So I ended up getting my car back from the mechanic, and I thought I would give it a try with talking to the dealership. So when I called them to let them know about the problem the first time, they said they could maybe help us out, and they were pretty understanding. But it was still upsetting, There was the excitement of getting a new car. I went and bought a bunch of things for it and made plans for the car, and then that kind of just all fell through. So I ended up taking the car back, and after some negotiating, we undid the deal. They gave me my trade-in back. I gave them their car back, and we just undid the whole deal. I was very surprised. I was hoping, that would be the outcome, but I honestly didn't think they would go for it. I was very surprised. They acted with integrity and did the right thing, and it was awesome. It was a great experience. For some reason, the whole time that we had it, even with having all those issues, we just still felt okay about it. We never felt, oh no, we screwed up, or this was a bad idea, we made a mistake.
Yeah.
For some reason throughout the whole process, it just felt like it was going to work itself out. Mm-hmm. And it kind of did in the end. It was a long couple of weeks, and it was a little bit stressful.
Yeah.
It was, but it worked itself out. I'm very grateful for that. That was a really good experience after all.
Yeah, and I think it was good learning for me, not only with purchasing used cars, but also fixing things. Got to get my hands dirty, and that was nice. But for me, it was also just a reminder of how much God is in our life, because every step of the way, I feel like we were praying more and harder than we have in several years, probably. Every time we went to work on it, we prayed before digging in there about what to do, and then we could, figure it out and stay calm. As the second mechanic had it, we were praying about what to do, and that he'd be able to know what to do, and if God willing, we'd be able to keep it. Unfortunately, it's different plans, but that's okay. And even with the dealership, we have meetings on Sundays, and we literally role played every scenario we could think of, so that way when we went and took it back to the dealership, that we know what to do, and we could handle whatever was being said, and we're just praying the whole time.
Either way, it turned out okay in the end. So we're grateful for that experience. Another learning experience.
So many things. I don't regret the experience at all. I just feel like I've learned a lot of things. Know a lot of things to look out for in the future, and it should be fine in the future. So. Now, because of all of our hard work, I am an expert at fixing cars now.
We like to think that we know what we're doing, which we usually do.
Yeah.
We still break things, but for the most part,
He breaks things.
pretty good at putting stuff back together.
Yeah.
So, with Jenna's newfound knowledge, we're gonna play a little game. So, okay, for this game, I found pictures of a bunch of random car parts, and Jenna's gonna have to guess what they are, and we'll see how well she does.
I did, for the record, take like the basic little auto class.
Introductory level class.
Last semester. And so it was really cool because like while I was taking the class, I would just talk to Marco about everything I learned. But then once we got this car, we were digging into it, then I was like, oh, this is what we learned, and it was a more hands-on lab type experience. Anyway, so I hope I do well, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Alright, let's roll right into it. First question. What is this?
I know where it is in the car.
Where is it?
It's in there. Well, I want to say it's the motor, but that's not right. It's by the tensioner.
Yeah, it is.
Because there's the pulley, and the pulley that has the grooves, where the groove part of the pulley goes. I don't know what is it. What's the first letter?
A.
It has two names, doesn't it?
Yeah, it
And
does.
everyone goes and been calling it the second name, and I'm like, what the F is that? What is that? And it's not, what's it called?
Remember on the new car, it was all dirty, covered in oil?
Yeah, I know, I can see
I
it.
replaced it in Henry's car. He got a new one of these in his.
I want to say it's a generator. That's not right, but
That is right.
But it's the other name for it, which starts with an
It is
A.
a generator.
Also,
But
if you
it's-
play this back, I did say the first letter right when you said it, because I know it starts with an A. I don't know. My brain keeps saying adjustment. What's the second letter?
L.
Alternator.
The alternator. It is the alternator. Next question. Ready?
Yes.
What is this?
Is it just the air? Not the air. The I don't remember the words. Is it just the filter?
So this sits all the way at the front of the car, in front of the engine, in front of everything.
Well, yeah, because the fan's on the back side of it. The thing that spins.
Yeah.
It's the grill, but
It's right behind the grill.
right.
If you
It's
look, if you
between
look
the
through
fan
front
and the grill. It's
of any
that
car,
thing.
you will see this.
I don't know what it's called though. What's the first letter?
It starts with an R.
Radiator.
It is a radiator. That is correct. All right. Next question. What is this?
You put this in here because I can never remember what its name is, but I know is it a crankshaft? Or is it the other
Close.
one? It's the other one.
It's the other one.
What's the other one? Not the crankshaft. It's the. It also starts with a C.
It does. Also ends with shaft.
Don't tell me, it's literally right there. What's the second letter? It's O or something, right?
A.
That doesn't help me. My brain keeps wanting to say carbon, and I know that's not right. Cabinet air filter.
I'm afraid not.
What's the third letter?
M.
Camshaft.
I gave you the whole thing. Camshaft. Yes, that is a camshaft.
Hey! Without knowing the name, I know what it does and everything.
It was
I
close.
already
You
said
know,
that.
you went for crankshaft, and I do know you always mix up
I
and
always
get those
just-
two confused.
But not their roles. I just get the names mixed up. I know what this does, and I know it's not the one I said. I just don't ever remember the other name.
Next up, what is this? I put those two back to back for a reason.
Is this the crank shaft?
It is. It sure is. You probably haven't seen it bare like that. I was gonna put it in a picture where it had more components, but next is, you know this, obviously.
It's a double iridium Bosch
What?
spark plug.
Spark plug, easy money. Jenna has replaced a few of these.
Yeah,
Before.
I've replaced it in 3 cars now, I think.
3 cars.
Yeah.
What
It's a
is
piston.
this?
And a piston ring. Just kidding. I know it's not. That's a piston. The piston ring's the thing that goes around that. I know that. I was just messing with you because it looks like a ring. Prop it on your finger.
Yeah, there's.
Excellent.
Okay, that's fine.
Are those rotors? No,
No.
those are brake pads.
Those are brake pads. Another one. Nice. This is a 2-part question. What are these 2 things?
That's the brake system, isn't it? And the one that goes like this and it squeezes it.
Yeah, but what are those parts?
I don't know. Isn't one a rotor?
Which one?
This is a rotor.
The disc?
No, that's a disc, and that's the rotor.
Which is which? Tell me definitively, what am I looking at?
It's the
What is the silver part?
The disc. Because it's a disc brake system and the pads go in there.
Okay, pads
And
go in
that's-
there.
and
What's
that's
that thing
the
called?
Rotor.
Which one is the rotor?
The orange thing.
No.
It is the circle thing. The circle thing is the rotor.
The silver
Why
disc.
would you? Is the rotor. That's what I said first, and you're like, really? You can't do that.
I didn't do
I
that.
was right.
You said
It is the rotor.
the rotor.
And the
What is the
brakes.
thing that holds the brake pads, that clamps them around that road?
The brake clamp. I don't know. I have no idea what.
The brake
The brake.
caliper.
Why do they have weird words? It's just a brake. Also,
You know this. You know this.
I didn't know that's what a caliper is.
Yep.
Cool, I got it.
What is this?
Well, that's what we just did all the testing things in, right? Isn't it? The engine block. It's a piston thing.
Not quite. So, I was going to put different pictures of this because I figured this one might be kind of hard.
Yeah,
but I
what-
didn't think it would help if I showed you the back. Or
It's
technically
not
the top
en-
side.
It's not a part of the engine.
Yeah, of course it is.
Then isn't it the? Oh, I know. Doesn't the camshaft? No, the camshaft sit right there and make things, and that's where the sparks and pew, 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 things go right here.
Yeah. What goes in where?
I don't know what. I don't remember. Isn't the spark plugs? And they no. Hold on. I'm thinking about this.
1 spark plug per cylinder.
Yeah, the spark plugs are in the middle here.
Yes.
And they ignite, and then the camshaft is there, and as it turns, it moves the little things.
The valves?
Yep.
Yeah.
And it does the compression and the explosion, and then the thing. It's that whole process, whatever that's called. It's chapter 13.
Almost.
I don't know what it's called.
This is a
Wait, you didn't give me a letter?
C. Y.
Cylinder.
Cylinder. Sits on top of the block. It's the top.
Cylinder body.
The top of the body is the
Cylinder head.
cylinder head. Next one. What is this?
Isn't that a... starts with an A?
No.
No?
So these are 2 different ones. It's not the same piece. Well, I mean, this is the front side, this is the back side. The belt goes right here and spins this.
Well, yeah, I know
This
all
goes
that.
against the engine. That is actually the one for my car.
But it's not the one you replaced.
I just replaced it.
So it is a tensioner?
No.
It's the... Oh, it's not the alternator.
No.
And I don't know. I don't know what this is.
It is a
Wait, what's the first letter?
W. 2 words.
What the? I'm just kidding. What's the second letter?
A.
No idea. Not good.
Water pump.
Oh,
This is a water pump. Alright, next question. What on earth is this?
It's Gary's favorite instrument. Foghorn. No, it's don't tell me. It's a turbocharger.
Yes, I failed to notice that it was written on there. Wow.
Did you really not know?
No, I just saw it. As I switched to that picture, I saw it was written on there. Oh no.
Well, my brain went to, do you remember seeing those keychains where you stick it on your car, the air?
Mm-hmm.
That's what my brain was, and so I didn't, and it's a turbo.
It is a turbo. Next.
Looks like a plunger.
A plunger?
Mm-hmm.
Just replaced these in Heine's car.
Yeah, I know. It's
Remember they were sitting in our living room for a few days in Rexburg?
No, I don't remember that. But I know that piece. It's part of the wheels.
Yeah, it does sit by the wheels. Sure does.
I don't remember what they're called though. What's the letter? First letter?
C.
Crankshaft.
No.
Cookie Monster. What's the second letter?
V. It's not a word.
It's a CV axle.
It's a CV axle. CV means continuous velocity. Transmission to the wheels.
For the record, I thought the transmission and the engine were the same thing for several generations. Decades.
Newsflash.
They're
Next
different.
item. Boom.
Well, that's the intake thing that you fixed in your car.
I did replace this in
It's
my car.
the exhaust bucket.
It is part of the exhaust system, definitely. Not a bucket.
I know, but it's the part that makes it too loud.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's called. What's the first letter?
And
Well, that's what I thought it was, but I don't know. It's not.
so we'll say it.
But I just knew it was with an M. I don't know the word. Master.
No.
Is the first word exhaust?
No.
Is the first word with the M?
Yes.
What's the second letter?
U. It does what to the sound? You said makes it louder, but it's actually supposed to make it quieter.
Yeah.
Mine makes it louder, but it's supposed to make it quieter. So it does what to the sound?
Mutes it.
Makes it quieter. Yeah,
I don't know.
in a way.
I don't remember what it's
It's
called.
a muffler.
Oh, a muffler.
It's a muffler.
Mhm.
A Flowmaster muffler.
But I was still right because I knew
Mine's
what
a
it
Magnaflow, but muffler. Next question. What
That's
on
the tensioner.
earth is this?
Isn't that the backside of the tensioner?
Nope.
It's not. I don't know what this is. What's the first word? I mean
S.
letter.
Yes. Say it. What's the word?
Cedric Diggory.
What? Starts with an S.
You said vampire?
Helps.
Is that a hint?
No.
I'm so confused.
Helps you to get the car going.
Starter.
It is a starter.
Well, okay. I was thinking it was something like that because over there it looks like a plug.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never seen a starter.
Pretty good.
Mm-mm.
Here it is. A starter. Next question. I think there's only one more after this. What is this?
No idea. Is this
I
that
replaced
big?
it in my car. I just replaced it in Alex's truck.
Is
It's about this big.
Oh,
Palm of your hand,
oh.
depending on the vehicle. Mine looks like this.
Oh, what's the first word? Or first letter? What's the first letter?
T.
What is the second letter?
H.
Can't say what I was gonna say.
It is a
Thickener. I don't know. What is it?
thermostat.
A thermostat?
It is a thermostat.
What?
This controls your coolant flow in the engine.
Oh, not air conditioning thermostat.
No.
Oh.
Fun fact, earlier this week, I worked on a big engine that had 6 of these. Swapped them out twice. It's pretty cool. I think the next one is the final question. You ready for this?
Yeah.
What is this? Replaced them in my car
I know.
last year. Maybe 2 years, I don't remember.
It was last summer.
I think it was 2 years ago. I don't remember.
2 years ago would have put us in Illinois.
Replaced them once we got back from South Carolina. It was in Illinois. Oh, actually, I just replaced them in Heine's car too. When I replaced his axles. Also, axle goes through here. Remember you said it goes towards the wheel? Yeah, it goes right in there. Spline's right in there.
Mm-hmm.
And then your wheel goes right there. What is it? There's actually a lot of different components in here, but it's more commonly known as simply the blank blank assembly.
Don't know. What's the first letter?
I already said the whole word.
You said blank, blank assembly.
I also said another word that goes in there.
Manifold?
No.
I don't know. I have no idea what this is.
This is a wheel hub assembly.
Mm.
And I believe that is all. Not too bad. Well, I mean, now you know what these all look like if you didn't already.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye. I'm getting a headache, so I'm like falling asleep.
Nap time.
No, it's not nap time.
I'm just kidding. I don't like that.